Hey, what's going on, Rider Crew? Hope everybody's having a fine Independence Day. Hope you're with your family, having some barbecue, maybe going to the beach or whatever you guys are planning on doing. But me and the wife are going to take you guys on a little adventure today. Of course, you'll get to see it a few days later. But we're going to check out a little bit of history that I discovered. Hey, welcome to my channel, Southern Boys Rise, where we talk everything motorcycles, motorcycle life, motorcycle culture. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Now let's ride. Good. In our neck of the woods, and we're going to try to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. We're going to take you guys to Rosa Parks' childhood home. We're going to tell you a little bit about Alabama's richest man. And we're going to take you guys to a state park where there's a natural spring. So you guys stay tuned for that. And I hope you enjoy the little bit of history lesson that we're going to show you. And for that fact, we're on our way to Abbeville, Alabama, which is maybe about 40 miles from where we live, right in our neck of the woods, right in our backyard, as a lot of people would say. I never knew that Rosa Parks lived that close to us. I've always, heard the stories, read about what she did and all that stuff, but I didn't know her childhood home was this close. So I told my wife the other day when I read about it, I said, hey, we're gonna take the 4th and ride up there and check it out. So I don't know how close we're going to be able to get to the house because I think it's on private property. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you guys when we get there. And enjoy some of this view while we ride. Alright guys, we stopped right here at the Welcome to Abbeville sign, and I'm going to turn this around and see if I can get you guys in on this. We're not going to get off the bike, but as you can see that sign up there, it says Welcome to Abbeville, home of Huggin Molly. There's a history to that. I think it's about a witch or something. I don't know exactly what the history is, but I thought I'd show that to you guys just in case you want to Google it up and check out the history of home of Huggin Molly here in Abbeville, Alabama. Let's see. Guess you guys can see that pretty good there. Let's see. I get off and see if we can get you in a little bit closer here. Let's see if we can get you in here pretty close. There we go. Gotcha. All right. We got a biker here that thought we was broke down. I say that's what I'm talking about, guys. When I was Speaking of the brotherhood, he don't know who we are and he stopped to check on us. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. All right, guys, just ahead of us, if you look to my right where I'm pointing at, that place is Great Southern Woods. Great Southern Wood is where they make home products. If you have had a home built in and you are a home builder, especially in the Southeast, you have used that product because that belongs to Alabama's richest man, Jimmie Raines, which the company is Great Southern Wood. And he had some funny commercials back in the 2000s. He called himself Yellow Man. He wore a yellow cowboy outfit and all that good stuff and done a bunch of funny commercials. But he is the richest man, well, the only billionaire in Alabama. Now ain't that something? Big old state that we have, and he is the only billionaire in this state. His name is Jimmie Raines. So hey, if you want to Google it, check it out. See what he's all about. And I'm quite sure if you've bought some wood for your house or did some kind of project, decks or whatever, and you went to Lowe's or Home Depot, then you have bought his product. Yellow wood is what they call it. And you've probably seen some of the commercials a long time ago. Or you've probably seen these new commercials with the beavers on there doing. He always has some funny commercials out. But that was another thing that we were going to talk about is Jimmie Raines. Real nice guy from what I hear, and I think he was born and raised here in Abbeville and made his business right here in Abbeville and never went anywhere. Just stayed right here, employing a lot of folks here in Abbeville. And I think this is Henry County. Yeah, Henry County. And so let's see what this sign says. I think we're going to have to come back. Yeah, we're going to come back to that sign there. We've got a car on me. So let me go down here and find a place to turn around. And we're going to come back to that sign. That's what we're after right there, Rosa Parks. Come on, guy, go around me. Don't just stay up my butt. See here. All right, I'm gonna pull in here, right here. I'm gonna pull off the road. Right here. Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna park right here. I think we're here. I think we are here. Get off and check this out. Be right back with you guys here. All right, guys, we're gonna walk down here to the sign. I guess you guys can Google this, but and see it online. But it's nothing like actually being here. Let me check the ground here. Let you guys see this. Okay, bunch of cars coming by. If you guys can read it along with me, it says Civil Rights Pioneer Rosa Parks. Rosa Macaulay Parks was born on February 4th, 1913 in Tuskegee, Alabama. Shortly after her birth, her parents, James and Leona Edwards McCauley moved here to a 260-acre farm owned by her grandparents, Anderson and Louise McCauley. Her father built, designed, and constructed the Henry County Training School for black students in 1914. And after a few years in Henry County, Rosa and her mother moved to Pine Level, Alabama. I think Pine Level, if I'm not mistaken, is up towards Birmingham, I'm not sure, or around the Montgomery area, to live with her maternal grandparents while her father went north seeking new building opportunities. So you guys can see that. I'm gonna tell you guys, I never knew this was here. And I've been in Abbeville, or been through Abbeville. Of course, the highway that we came in on is 431, and never knew that sign was there. That's just to show you that for someone that loves history, I didn't know the history was right here in my own backyard. Now, the house that she grew up in is still there. It's back off on the road. You can't walk up to it. They got it posted, no trespassing, but we're going to try to see it from afar here. See if you guys can see. It's got a fence there. Let's see. See if I can zoom you guys in. I'm very surprised they hadn't tore the house down. Well, they keep the grass cut up around it, so that's good. So it's not growing up weeds around it. But a lot of you know the story of Rosa Parks, about what happened there, what started the Montgomery boycott. I guess after a long day of work, she got on the bus, which a lot of people in Montgomery back then, especially in the black community, took the transit buses all over town, working back. And like I said, after a long day's work, she got on the bus and sat down, and supposedly a guy wanted the seat. Now, to me, if you are a gentleman, no matter what race you are, white, black, purple, or blue, you give the lady her seat and you stand. But not in this case. This guy wanted that seat and he made a big stink about it. I guess he told the bus driver, and the bus driver wanted to make her move and she refused to move. And I think what happened after that, transpired after that, the bus driver made all the black people get off the bus. So they had to walk home. And during that time, Martin Luther King was doing all his speeches and going on, and he jumped on it. And lo and behold, that started the Montgomery boycott, which started everything with Martin Luther King and the all that good stuff there. But now, to be honest with you, I read a little bit of history about this. Rosa Parks was not the first person or first lady that refused to give her seat on a bus. There was another lady, or a young lady, that did this, but I don't think it amounted to what it amounted to with her. So you guys can Google some of that history and check it out, because I can't tell you exactly everything, because it'd be too long of a story to sit here and tell you, because it's hot standing around out here beside the road. But I just wanted to show you guys that And, you know, right in your backyard, you can find history. And isn't this fitting that we find this history on Independence Day, 4th of July here? So, guys, we're going to get back on the road, and we're going to take you guys to a natural spring park and show you guys that also. So hang in there with us, and we'll be right back. But like I was saying, when we stopped to look at Rosa Parks' childhood home, her the Montgomery boycott started the whole civil rights movement, which was already started by Martin Luther King, but just really got ramped up with her. And like I said previous, she wasn't the first lady that refused to give up her seat to a white man on the bus. But this first one, I can't think of her name. You guys might can Google it if you're interested in checking that out. But her incident didn't get as much fanfare as Rosa Parks. I guess Rosa Parks' incident got ramped up because the civil rights movement was just getting started, and she was just the tip of the iceberg that made everything start flowing. Interesting, you know, that her home place right here, about 45 minutes away from us. So, you know, if you want to find history, I would imagine there's a lot of history in your own backyard. Someone was telling me this a while back, because I told them, I said, there ain't nothing really in my neck of the woods. And they said, sure it is. You just got to find it. And they are correct. There's a lot of history here. Just like Jimmie Raines. You know, a lot of you people don't know who Jimmie Raines is, but you've used his product. Great Southern Woods, Yellow Wood. And the man is a legend, I guess, in this area because, like I said before, he kept his company right here employing Alabamians, local economy. Well, guys, I'm going to start yip-yapping here. I'll let you guys check out the scenery. Instead of looking at me, we'll turn you around. So now, we are on our way to Blue Springs National Park, or Blue Springs Park here in Alabama. Give you a little bit of history on that. Of course, I don't know a whole lot of history, but you can Google it and find out the history. But it is a natural spring, and the water is ice cold all the time. It's ice cold in the summertime when it's 106 degrees out. It's ice cold in the winter. No matter what, the water is very cold. And once I get back, and I'll Google up some facts on it, and I'll put some descriptions down in the, I'll put some links down in the descriptions there, so you guys can jump over there and check this out. Now, we're off in the woods back here. I know you guys have heard me say this before. It wouldn't hurt for Alabama to cut some of this grass. This grass is high, and it doesn't look good at all, even on the country roads. And kudos to some of the farmers, they do cut the grass. But that's a whole nother topic. I'm not going to get into that. I'll let you guys see. Now, I think this is County Road 10 that we're on. Now, Clio, Edwin. We got about 13, 14 more miles before we get to Blue Springs. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, the scenery is just going to be nothing but this until we get there. So I'm going to turn you guys off and get back with you when we get to Blue Springs Park. Alright guys, we have made it to the entrance of Blue Springs State Park. Gotta wait here and pay some cash and get in. Yeah, I'm tired of holding this clutch. All right, guys, we made it through. Found us a place to park. Nice 4th of July crowd here. I see me a place right there. Let's see, let's ride around and check things out first. Then we'll come back through. Some of that slow rolling. Now we're going to ride through and turn around and come back just to see what's going on. Unless you want to walk over here, which I know you don't. See what's around this way. Guys, we're going to take you through a ride through the park here. Honestly, I have never been this far in the park. We always usually stay around where the water is, but it's a nice camping ground here. So, if any of you that are into moto camping or whatever, here's the spot. Blue Springs, Alabama here. Now I know Boots and Jeans are campers. I don't know if they've ever camped this spot. I haven't seen it on their video. Of course, I haven't seen every video they've made. They may have been up here already. But yeah, pretty nice camping spot. Beautiful day to do it. Beautiful day to do it. All right. So, I didn't know this was here either. So you got some little mobile cabins there. Pretty neat, pretty neat. find us a place to park and get off the bike. People out here barbecuing, fishing. Man, I should have never saw that fishing. That makes me want to go fishing. I was thinking we found a shady spot for the bike, because we all know these black bikes get hot out here in this sun. Well, I think I'm gonna back right up in there. Yeah, gotta watch this slipping in this. Slipping in this gravel here. That's why it's important, guys, to get a bike that you can, flat foot. Because if you can't flat foot it, and you're trying to back up, you're gonna have yourself some problems. And we're gonna be good right here. All right, guys, we're gonna dismount. And see what's going on out here.